Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. It's TJ Davis with Lifey365.com, and if you are new to my channel, thanks for popping in. I have 3 really fun Christmas crafts today, and so without any further ado, we're just going to jump right into them. First up, I have these fast, adorable Tealight Snowmen. What you are going to need for these cute little snowmen is going to be a frame. I'm using a 5x7, some little pom-poms, either a Sharpie or some black paint, 3 tea lights, a pair of scissors, some cutters for your pipe cleaners, and 3 pipe cleaners. I am using red, gold, and green. You are also going to need your hot glue gun. To get started, you are going to take your tea light and you are going to draw a cute little snowman face on it. And obviously you just have to do 2 eyes and a mouth. Then you are going to take a pipe cleaner and measure it to what would be earmuff length for this cute little snowman and hot glue that on the top of his head. Then you're going to take 3 of your little pom-poms and hot glue them to the end of what is going to be his headband for the earmuffs. And that is it. Then you're going to do Tealight Snowman number 2, and when you get him completed, you do Tealight Snowman number 3. After you get your Tealight Snowman done, you're going to take the back off of your frame and remove the glass. Save that for later. I've got a different project for that in another video. Then you're going to measure some string, however long you want your little Tealight Snowman to hang. I'm just taping them onto the frame because I want to reuse this frame after Christmas. So I measured the string and I taped it onto the back of the snowman, and then I taped the top of the string directly onto the frame. I'm just using Scotch tape here. If you don't care about this frame, because I mean this frame is a frame from the Dollar Tree, but again, like I said, I'm going to reuse it, but you could always use hot glue if you want to. So that is basically it for the Tealight Snowman in the frame. Now what I'm going to do is just demonstrate what I'm going to do when I hang it up. So I'm going to put it against the wall. When I hang it up upstairs, I'm going to hang it on a Command Easy Remove hook. And you can turn the tea lights on so you can see how they look. They are super cute and adorable. But what I am going to do is I am going to decorate around them with some gel clings that I also got from the Dollar Tree. Now, a word of warning, if you're going to put these gel clings on your wall, test a sample of your wall first before you put these gel clings on your wall. This background I have right here is just poster board, but when I removed the gel clings later, they had left a stain, and I will show you that at the end. It might actually be a good idea if you want to basically stamp a piece of poster board with a pattern. Anyways, again, like I said, I'll show you that at the end. But here's my plan for the wall upstairs. I am just going to decorate this cute little frame, and that's going to be my Tealight Snowman. Okay, the second super fast Christmas decoration I have is a Christmas art frame. And for this little project, you are going to need a frame of whatever size you want. I always find beautiful Christmas bags for sale, but I would rather keep them and look at them. So this is a way you can do that. I have selected an 8x10 frame here and a Christmas bag that is really cute, and it is I'm just going to remove the back of the frame and the glass, and I'm going to use the glass and put over the top of my bag. Then I'm just going to trace around the glass because I want this, after I cut it out, to fit directly behind the glass. So I'm just going to trace out the part that I want, and then I'm going to cut it. Then I'm just going to stick it back in the frame and either put it on the shelf or hang it up. Isn't that adorable? That's so quick, and it only costs $2. Last up, I have this super adorable Snowman Topiary, and it is made with pumpkin baskets. And we had these left over from Halloween, but also they go on clearance, of course, and so I had ran out and got 3 more because I plan on making 2 of them, but this video is just going to show you 1 because it's the exact same process for both of them. So having said all of that, let's get started. First up, you are going to spray paint your pumpkin buckets white. Next up, we are going to start on the snowman's hat. There's 2 methods that you could do for the snowman's hat. The first method is you could use the black poster board, and you can cut out 1 strip. You're going to have to measure your pumpkin and make sure it's the right size of hat, but you cut out the strip and then you tape it, making a tube, almost like a toilet paper tube. However, that would be too small, so you're going to have to measure your pumpkin. Then you're going to either use clear tape and tape it to itself to make a tube, or you can use hot glue. Then you're going to want to cut out 2 circles. 1 the same size as the tube itself, and then that would be for the top of the hat, and then a bigger circle which will be the brim of the hat. Once you get your 2 circles cut out, you're just going to hot glue them onto your tube, and that's going to make your cute little snowman hat. The second method for a snowman hat is actually using some kind of cylindrical container already. In this case, I am going to use a Quaker Oats container. First things first though, I'm going to measure and find the middle of my container, and I just taped it off here in the middle, and then I'm using a utility knife, please be careful, and I am cutting it in half, so now I have 2 halves, 1 for each hat. Then I paint the container, the entire outside of the container and the top of the lid. This is going to be the body of the snowman hat. Set that aside to dry, and then you are going to make your snowman scarf. I measured my wide Christmas wired ribbon, and I measured it to 34.5 inches. You use whatever length you want, but that is what I used, and it works out really well, I think, and I just cut that. Then I folded the ends of the ribbon in half, and I snipped it into a point so that the ribbon was pointy on both ends. Next up, we're going to measure around the container for the hat band. Then you just snip that ribbon. And then I took black poster board because I didn't have any black buttons, so I traced around a big white button that I had on the poster board. I'm just going to cut those out and make my own little buttons. I have a finishing nail here that I'm going to stick through the holes to make the holes of the button, and my buttons are done. If you already have black buttons, then you are already all set. Next up, we're going to make the gold buckle for the ribbon on the hat. And I did mine 1 inch by 1 inch, and my tape is actually 1 inch by, and then I measured 1 inch, so that was perfect. So I just took some of my Scotch tape and put it on the back of my gold poster board, and then cut out 1 inch of that, and then cut slits in both of the 1 inch squares so that my ribbon could be threaded through. I kind of freehand my own holly leaf on a piece of paper. Then I step taped that and cut it out, and then traced it onto my felt. And then I'm just cutting 2 of those out, 4 of them total, because I'm going to put 2 holly leaves on each hat. I'm going to use 3 little red pom-poms for my holly berries, but if you don't have little pom-poms, you can just cut out 3 small circles out of a piece of red felt, or even a piece of paper. Next up, I'm going to glue the holly leaves and berries onto the hat. It's easier if you do not put the brim on it or the hat band until you get the leaves and the berries on. And I'm just gonna hot glue these on here, and then I'm going to hot glue the red ribbon band around the bottom. Next up, I'm using hot glue, and I'm going to glue the brim of the hat onto the hat itself. Next up, we are going to paint the face of the snowman and put a couple circle eyes on, and then some cute little eyebrows. Again, I just googled a face on the internet and freehand one. That's the best thing about snowmen. They can be just adorable. You don't have to be a super artist to make an adorable snowman. The edge of my poster board where I cut it on the brim was white, and so I just took the Sharpie and went around the brim of the hat and made it black. May not bother many people, but it bothered me, and so I colored it black. Next, I'm just going to glue the buttons onto the body of my snowman. And here's where that tip comes in handy. I had glued these two pumpkin pieces together and they kept snapping off, so I went ahead and cut out some strips of leftover felt, and I just glued them onto the body pumpkin, and then I put hot glue on each of those pieces of felt and glued the head onto the body, and it stuck like a charm. I also ran an extra bead of hot glue around the neck and the body of the snowman just to make sure he was really stuck together. Next, I glued the scarf onto the snowman. I just started by measuring out where I wanted it, and then I glued it in the back, crossed it in the front, and also secured it with hot glue in the front. And last, I glued the hat onto the snowman. Again, if you're having trouble getting the hat to stick, use the felt scrap tips. These little snowmen look super cute with just 2 pumpkins, but in this case, I'm going to use 3 for this one. I might just use 2 for the next one. We'll see, but 3 or 2, whichever you want to do, they're super cute. And last but not least, I am going to glue on his little twig arms. This is optional. But he's super cute with little twig arms, and I got this one branch out of the yard and it's just kind of curved on the end, and so I'm going to either let him hang onto an ornament or a little bird or something like that. And that's it. He's all done. He's adorable. Also, if you are going to be putting these little snowmen outside for decoration, make sure that you put rocks in the bottom to weigh it down. Otherwise, if you get a slight breeze, it's going to knock this snowman over. And so also for the twig arms, the felt tip comes in really handy right here. Cut out a small white circle of felt, glue it onto where the arm would go, and then glue your twig onto the piece of felt. And that is it, you guys. I hope you really liked these quick, easy, and inexpensive Christmas decoration ideas. Please try them out. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for some more fantastic Christmas decorations coming up. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.